in a forgotten corner of West Africa. A boy built a machine so powerful, the elders ordered it buried before sunrise, not because it failed, but because it worked too well. This is the story history never finished telling. Long before modern cities, there was a village called Kambasa. It sat between red earth hills and a river older than memory. The people of Kambasa were skilled farmers, blacksmiths, storytellers, but they feared one thing above all: knowledge that grows too fast. Among them lived a quiet boy named Seifu, small, thin, always watching, while other children played in the dust. Seifu studied broken tools, old gears, rusty metal scraps no one else wanted. They called him strange. They laughed, but they kept watching him. One dry season morning, the village well stopped working. Buckets came up empty. Panic spread quickly. Water was survival. Seifu disappeared into his father's old workshop. While the elders argued, by sunset, he returned with something no one expected. It was small, crude, made from scrap and carved wood. The villagers laughed, until Seifu placed it beside the well, turned the handle, and water began to rise. Without ropes, without buckets, silence swallowed the crowd. At first they celebrated, but that night, the elders did not sleep, because in their long memory, every great change came with a price. And Seifu was only getting started. Weeks passed. Seifu kept building, quietly. Methodically, strange devices began appearing: self-turning grinding stone, water channels that flowed uphill, lamps that burned longer than oil should allow. The village prospered, but the elders grew uneasy. Whispers spread. Power like this attracts enemies. Knowledge like this angers the ancestors. Boys should not outgrow tradition. Still, no one stopped him. Not yet. One night under a heavy moon, Seifu made his greatest discovery. Buried beneath old iron deposits, he found a strange magnetic stone. It pulsed, faintly, like a heartbeat trapped in rock. Most would have thrown it away. Seifu did not. For 30 days, he worked without rest. Hammer, fire, careful measurements scratched into clay walls. Then one evening, he unveiled it, a machine unlike anything Kambasa had ever seen. When activated, the device could draw water across long distances, power grinding wheels automatically, and most frightening of all, store energy for later use. The village gasped. The elders went silent, because they understood something the others did not. This was not just invention. This was independence. If Kambasa no longer depended on seasonal rivers, no kingdom could control them. No trader could exploit them. No drought could weaken them. And power like that changes history. That night, the elders gathered in the oldest hut, voices low, faces tense. Some wanted to protect the boy. Others were afraid. One elder finally spoke. "If this spreads, outsiders will come." Silence followed. The decision was made before dawn. Seifu woke to drums. Not celebration drums. Warning drums. The elders stood waiting. Behind them, workers with shovels. The boy's eyes widened. He understood immediately. The oldest elder stepped forward. Voice heavy. "Your knowledge is too early for this world." Gasps spread through the crowd. Seifu said nothing. He simply looked at his machine. One last time. They buried it at the edge of the village, deep, layer by layer of red earth. Some villagers wept. Others looked relieved. The machine disappeared beneath the soil. But something else disappeared that day too. Possibility. Life returned to normal. The wells worked slowly. The grinding stones turned by hand. The lamps burned out as they always had. But the village was never the same, because once people see the future, they cannot fully forget it. Seifu grew older, quieter. He never built another great machine, but he kept teaching quiet lessons, careful thinking, patience, seeds planted in minds instead of soil. Generations later, travelers passing near Kambasa reported strange things. Tools ahead of their time, water systems unusually efficient, craftsmanship too precise for a simple village. The elders had buried the machine, but not the mindset. History often celebrates kings, warriors, empires, but the real shifts in civilization usually begin with quiet thinkers no one notices. Underdogs, observers, builders, like Seifu. Even today, across Africa and the world, how many ideas are dismissed too early? How many innovators are told, not yet, too different, too dangerous? History has a pattern, and it repeats more than we admit. Progress is rarely destroyed by enemies first. It is often buried by fear, by caution, by people trying to protect today, while accidentally limiting tomorrow. Some say, after heavy rains, metal still glints beneath the red soil of old Kambasa, waiting, not for permission, but for the next brave mind willing to dig. Because buried knowledge is never truly gone. Narration, slow, powerful. If this story opened your eyes, there are many more forgotten wisdom tales the world tried to hide. Subscribe for more wisdom stories by Emperor. Your journey into forbidden history is just beginning.